What's good, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another PE News. Hopefully your day is going well. I am doing fantastic myself, but today we got some fake news to bust with Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. Yeah, there's a Springman / Decidueye video that are making the rounds, and yeah, not looking too good. But then we also have some information on potentially Darksiders 3 and Biomutant coming over to Nintendo Switch, and also two legends are helping SEGA out when it comes to SEGA Ages, and this could be a lot bigger. Like I've already discussed, but this could be a lot bigger than what originally thought. So let's go ahead and get right into this. And we are starting off with busting a fake leak. So apparently there's this video going around with Springman and Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch fighting against Decidueye, the Pokemon. And you know what, guys, I'm not buying this, and there's a number of reasons why. I'm gonna first start off with the controller that he's using and where is it going to. You can clearly see that it's going into some void of darkness, which is his PC there in the back, where everything's just kind of dark and covered up, and then you see the GameCube adapter on there at his Nintendo Switch, but that's not going to the GameCube adapter at his Nintendo Switch. It's going to his PC. Otherwise, he would have shown a clear connection to his GameCube adapter. Why make it go into the side there, then go around and come back? It's obviously not going into the GameCube adapter onto his Nintendo Switch. That's definitely his PC hooked up to his monitor, and he's modded some things out and he's made it to where it looked like the way that it's looking. So that's the first red flag, is that controller and where it's going. Now the second red flag is Springman himself. That, in terms of how he's animating with his legs, does not look on the professional level of Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Wii U. Even that, I mean, it does not look anywhere near as good as animations have been for characters. Now, this could, I guess, be like an early beta build or something like that, but no, that's not the case at all. I don't feel that if Springman was in the game, his legs would be animated that poorly. On top of the graphical effects in the game, it does not look like there's really even a boost above the Wii U version of the game. It actually looks worse than the Wii U version of the game, in my opinion. Still good for an amateur putting together some graphics and everything and using a template or whatever he's doing, but still not up to the level of even Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. So I doubt that Super Smash Bros. For the Switch is somehow going to look worse, which this game does look worse. Now I know YouTube compression, what camera you're shooting it on, everything like that, but even then you can just tell by looking at it that it's not to the quality of Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U. So no, I'm not really gonna buy it based on that either. And on top of that, why would this leak just come out of nowhere? Why is there so few seconds? Why didn't they go to the menu screen? Why didn't they go to other aspects of it? Why is it just in the training there? Why is Decidueye just standing still? There's a lot of things that you can raise questions about. If you wanted to prove there was a leak of some sort, you need to put a little bit more effort into it. You need to have a little bit more in terms of showing off what the game is, like the God of War leaks just a bit ago. You can clearly tell that was the actual game in terms of how it looked, what they've shown beforehand, kind of how it animated. This is not the same thing. It's just not a great leak, in my opinion. The person spent a lot of time on it, probably for a single man project, but overall it's not very believable to me in terms of what he had to do here. And look, guys, there's various reasons why people do this. I mean, you can be like that artsy Omni guy, or however you pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but he did the leak for Rayman and everyone hit him up after that. He got interviews, he got a little bit of small fame from that. You have big YouTubers kind of commissioning him to do work for them. So there's multiple reasons why people do this. It could be financial, it could not be. I mean, it's just one of those things that you never know the intentions of people. Some people just do it just because they want to see Nintendo do something, or they just felt like it because they want to trick the internet, or they just want to do something that's fun, and they think that doing fake leaks are fun. But this is definitely in the fake leak, or team fake, as I'm going to sit here and call it. So that's just my opinion on it. What is your opinion? What do you guys think about this? Do you feel that it's real? Are you on team real? Are you on team fake? I am on a 100% team fake, and this will probably get exposed as being fake pretty soon here. However, I don't think that the characters in there are necessarily wrong. I mean, Springman and Decidueye could be in Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo Switch. I don't know about that. I'm just saying that this leaked video is fake and not actually Super Smash Bros. Running on the Nintendo Switch. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. Alright, and moving on to the next topic here. We have a potential sighting for Darksiders 3 and Biomutant for the Nintendo Switch. So this is coming from Pixelpar, who's been getting into the news quite a bit lately in terms of some of his tweets, his investigative sleuthing that he does. And I have to say he's pretty good at it because he's actually looked up a couple different things when it comes to the ART.NR numbers and some of the numbers at the very end that could likely point to Nintendo Switch in terms of it getting Darksiders 3 and Biomutant. So if you look at these numbers here that I'm going to post, you can see that the 57 is missing and it's likely for an additional release. And where he's getting that, if you go right down and you go to Battle Chasers Night War, 7 months later, you can see right there, it got that release because of the missing numbers from the other versions of the game. And the same thing goes right here, the 52 on the ART.NR right there on Biomutant, and this is likely an additional release. And then if you go down 2 months later, you see Sinmar EX, which had those same missing numbers, and then you see the Nintendo Switch version being added in right then and there. So that's one thing that you do have to look at. Now, it is some potential evidence. This is what he had to say on Twitter. I got a little bit ahead of myself when it comes to the analysis and breakdown, but he did have this to say in addition to showing off this picture here. Tinfoil hat time. I have a crazy theory that Darksiders 3 and Biomutant could be coming to Nintendo Switch, and he also said salt please. So I do want to add to this, guys, that I do know a little bit more about Darksiders 3 than Biomutant. What I do know about Darksiders 3 is that it's running on Unreal Engine 4, and THQ Nordic did say multiple times that they wish that Nintendo put a little bit more juice into Nintendo Switch, but they're going to try as hard as they can, or they're going to do what they can to bring over as many titles as they can. So what I'm thinking is that this is going to originally launch in terms of Darksiders. So what I'm thinking is that this is going to originally launch on the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and then they're probably going to see if they can employ a studio like Panic Button or Virtuos or somebody like that to port this over to Nintendo Switch. So developers who have worked on PS4, Xbox One, and PC games coming over to Nintendo Switch, stuff like Doom and stuff like Wolfenstein. These are big, graphically intense games that they've got running on the Nintendo Switch. So I'm thinking that they're going to want one of them to do it, but all of those studios are very busy with ports at the moment when it comes to it. So I feel that once that those developers are done with Wolfenstein and done with Dark Souls, I think they'll be approached by THQ Nordic to get a Nintendo Switch port of Darksiders 3, so it's going to come out later on the Nintendo Switch. Now, in terms of Biomutant, I don't know enough about the game's engine. I don't know what they're doing with that game. I've only watched the reveal trailer for it, and I really don't know, or I'm not really interested in this game too much, so I can't say one way or another. So just to put some percentages on this, I think that Darksiders 3, now with this information here and kind of seeing the type of business that's going on with a lot of these port studios like Panic Button and like Virtuos, I think that it's a 50% chance or higher that Darksiders 3 eventually comes to Nintendo Switch with a more optimized Unreal Engine 4, whereas Biomutant, I'm not really sure, so I'm going to put that at 50% or lower at this point because I don't know about the engine, I don't know what's going on there, and I'm not really sure because it's more of a bigger open world type of game, so I'm not really sure about that one. But Darksiders, to me, seems like it's a 50-50 shot depending on if they can find one of these port studios, get the right price, and get it ported over because it's Unreal Engine 4. So what do you guys think about this evidence here when it comes to it? Do you think Darksiders 3 will come to Nintendo Switch, or do you think Biomutant will, or do you think both of them will? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, I'm moving into the final topic here. We have two legends in the gaming industry that are kind of guiding Sega when it comes to SEGA Ages on the Nintendo Switch. This is from a new interview on Famitsu, and shoutouts to my boy Stealth for dropping the news here via Twitter. So, Masahiro Sakurai and Hideki Kamiya pressured Sega into making the M2 efforts on the console. They initially tried to get VR Space Harrier going, and it was good, but it seemed scary in quotations to do it. The Switch proved to be very popular to classic game fans, and it switched to that. Kodama is in charge of the content, basically what new elements to add and what could be exciting. A worldwide effort, however, when a title is more popular to domestic players, it will come out in Japan first. They unearthed a whole lot of stuff from Sega's arcade division and worked with them. The pace of releases will be faster than in the past, ? Could be misunderstanding it. They said that they will use all their experience. Because there is no 3D feature, they will add other stuff that's new instead. The ultimate goal is to provide the whole of Sega and is a long-term project. So once again, SEGA Ages seems to be a much bigger project than initially announced, and it looks like, based on what we've heard about Sega Saturn and Sega Dreamcast, that Sega is expecting this to be a success because of what they've seen with Neo Geo games, and like, who played Neo Geo games because they were so expensive back in the day. So I'm thinking Sega knows that they have the backlog, they have the games in order to make this a success on the Nintendo Switch, and I have to 100% agree, because look at what Sega has that they haven't re-released or put out in years or decades. They have stuff like Vector Man, they have Jet Grind Radio, they have Skies of Arcadia. They could add new things to these games in terms of online play, online leaderboards, resolution, whatever the case is. They can fix these up and put them out on the Nintendo Switch, and fans will eat them up. So a lot of people are talking about Virtual Console and talking about where is it at, but I honestly feel that this Sega Ages stuff, this Neo Geo collection, the stuff that Nintendo's doing with their online when it comes to the classic games with online play, this is better to me, because I've never been a big fan of dump trucking a bunch of old school games on the Nintendo Wii U or Wii. I've never been a huge fan of that. I only bought like a lot of stuff on the Wii U because they were 50 cents, right? Like the Super Metroid and all the different 50-cent Virtual Console games. So that's the only ones that I even bought. I didn't buy any other Virtual Console games outside of that. I think I bought Golden Sun, and that was it. So for me, I think that this is great that they're employing these legends, and that's how you know that they're taking this serious. If Masahiro Sakurai and Hideki Kamiya are involved in this in terms of motivation, kind of pushing them, Sega is going to go all in with this, because when Masahiro Sakurai and Hideki Kamiya talk, you listen, especially Masahiro Sakurai. He knows what he's talking about, and Hideki Kamiya is an expert on classic Japanese games, Sega titles, and all of that. So you can bet that they're going to give them great advice, and Sega's going to take this very seriously. I want to see some of these classics like Vector Man come over with leaderboards and with other stuff, and I think that this could be really big. Now, I feel that this is going to sell, and we're going to get those Dreamcast games, we're going to get those Saturn games, and this has the makings of being something absolutely phenomenal on the Nintendo Switch. So what are your thoughts in terms of what Masahiro Sakurai and Hideki Kamiya has to do when it comes to Sega Ages? What do you think is going to come with this, in addition to what we talked about with Darksiders 3, also Biomutant, and this fake Super Smash Bros. League? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of Player Essence across the internet, in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon, Twitch, and YouTube live gaming page, and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship, and also PE Arena, where we play games with the community for up to 3 to 4 hours on the weekend. It's a ton of fun. Check out the link in the description below for more details. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching. I will catch you Ninja for the next video. Peace.